What's up? Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to another live trading video here on the channel. My name is Justin. Most people call me GDT. If you're joining me, thank you so much. Please hit like, please hit subscribe. Absolutely free for you. It means a lot to me. We are doing a lot of good content coming up here in the future. Some big projects that I'm working on right now. But for today, we've got 3 live trades for you from here on Friday. And one of them was, oh my gosh, what could have been. So let's get into it in this video. Let's go. Let's trade. Okay, so first trade of the morning was here on ICE. You can see it starting to hit on the scanner right here below my head, and I'm going to go ahead and get it started short here. 200 shares at $21.94. In this case, I just kind of was front running that $22 whole number. I really like generally to get through that number, but it felt like it was maybe not going to get through there, so I decided to start it a little bit earlier than I normally would, and I'm in 200 shares here at the 21.94 average, and we'll see what it does. So if we get a nice push up through 22, obviously I'm going to be looking to adding in some more shares as per my plan. If you guys don't know what my trading strategy is, you can check out the channel main page. There's a nice long video explaining it there. But here comes the pop, so I'm going to look to add in some more here. We'll see if we can get up like 2240s. If we can get 2240s, I'll be looking to add in another 200 shares here on IC and see what it does. So there we go. We're getting into the 2240s. I put an order out there at 2240, and ooh, it came down right away. I was like, oh no, am I not going to get my fill up here? But it does start to come back up here, so I still got my order out here at 2240. Can I get the fill here to get my add in and get my average up and my shares up? So there I get the fill. Now I got 400 shares at an average of 2217. So feeling pretty good about the trade so far. Just need to see it start coming back down in the other direction, and I'll be looking at least for through 22, or through the whole number of 22, hoping for a big move down through 22 ideally, because that's what's going to make me the most money potentially in this trade here on ISEE. So a couple minutes goes by and it's coming down towards 22, and I'm watching it here. I want to see the nice strong break of 22 ideally. If not, I'm probably going to look to start covering out. And look at this, it's not going. It cracks under for half a second and comes right back up. So I put my 300 shares out here at 22. I get the fill there at 22, so realized a small amount on those 300 shares, but now I've still got 100 shares left in case it does still want to make that big move. So we'll see if I can make some money with these 100 shares. A few minutes goes by and it's still not cracking 22. Still not cracking 22. So I'm like, all right, maybe I'll just take another 50 shares off here, because if it's holding 22, it could come up, make new highs, and then it kind of stuck with this other 100 shares. So I take another 50 shares off there, and we'll see if these remaining 50 shares can finally make the big move down through 22. And, you know, really looking back at it, in hindsight, if I zoomed out a little bit, I probably would have seen that it was forming a bit of a bear flag, because I end up closing out the entire trade right here as it fails to break 22. But you can kind of see it here, but when you really zoom out, you can see it much more. It's forming a bit of a bear flag, and then this is what ultimately happens. 2 minutes later, I miss out on the big down move, which is what I wanted out of this trade. So a little bit annoying there, but it really felt like 22 didn't want to break there. So all out to start the day with $62 there in IC. A little bit later, it's JD that's moving. I didn't like this one as much just because it's off of this big down move and now breaking out through the highs of this down move. So it is making a nice move there. So if we get up through 58 here, I'm going to look to start a small position here and just see if I can scratch a couple free dollars out of this one. So I'm in here, 58.30, 100 shares, and I'm not going to look for a whole lot here. If we get back down under 58 somewhere, I'll be looking for the cover. 57.90 sounds good to me. I'll take it off there for a quick $40 scalp, and you know, be happy with that. Up over $100 on the day now, and then we'll move on. So I did move on, and it was here to DLO, and this is the one that, oh man, what could have been today. What could have been here on DLO. You can see it, of course, hitting below me here on the scanner. Looking for a nice move here out of DLO. I initially put my shares out here at $12, seeing if I can get a fill there. Didn't get a fill there, so then I'm like, okay, well, at this point, I should probably wait and see if I can get a pop through $12 here on DLO and get a little bit better price entry. I don't want to get it now as I initially missed it. So there it goes. It gets up through $12 here on DLO. Now it's a matter of where do I want to take my position here. So just waiting and kind of trying to read what it's doing here. It's getting up through the 1220s, kind of holding here. So I go ahead and start it here, 100 shares short at 1220. Of course, willing to add in if it wants to go further, which Watch this, it's gonna go. And here's another beautiful move here on DLO, and this is where it starts to get real frustrating on this trade, because I'm looking for the ad, plain and simple. And you're gonna see what's gonna happen here is it get up into the 1260s, and I'm reading it again, and look at that. I put my order out here at 1268, trying to front run the 1270. I actually thought we were gonna get through 1270 pretty easily, so I didn't really anticipate not getting filled here at 1268. And then you can see it starts pulling back pretty quickly off of there. So was really trying to get in that extra 100 shares here at 1268. Had I gotten in there, I would have had 200 shares with an average somewhere around 1245, which would have been looking pretty nice here. And you know, unfortunately, it just did not get me to fill there. It slowly started to come back up. I canceled my order out, and then this is eventually what it does here. So you know, had I been in with those 200 shares at 1245, would have been set up for a potentially nice winner here. But as it is, I was like, well, now I got to just kind of try and get out of this thing. So I put out an order at 1210 to take off the 100 shares that I do have, just in case we get a little flash down towards 12. But watch what happens here. Watch what happens here on this DLO trade. Just imagine I'm in with 200 shares at 1245. I wouldn't have an order out at 1210 in that instance, because that wouldn't be the correct thing to do anymore. So I would just be sitting here and waiting for the nice down move. So at this point, I'm hoping for 1245, but then, oh my gosh, look at that move. Gets all the way down to like 1165, something like that in a flash. I would have been covering into that if I had my 200 shares from 1245, so that would have been easily over $100, probably close to $150 on this trade with that. But as it is, I'm up $10 there on DLO, and that was the frustrating trade of the day. But in all, I'm up $110 here, $112 to end the week on a Friday, going into the weekend with the holiday week coming up next week. Next week, I think I'll only be trading on Monday. Gonna have to work on some videos to come out for the other days, maybe not the holiday days, but at least 2 of the other days next week. So yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure, like I said, you hit like and subscribe. Got some big things coming up here soon for the channel. Make sure you check out my website, garagedaytrader.com. Have a great weekend. I'll see you later.